It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS.
It's funny because there's so many people on social media now that are doing Facebook Lives and all this stuff. And Dan and I were talking about that too. And it's a weird thing because now it's so just floored everywhere. Everything's a Facebook Live or whatever. And you hear people starting to gripe about it. Everybody's an expert. Everybody's an expert now. And I'm starting to see that. But the strange thing is, with CBF especially, because I've got some roots there a little bit, and I've known Debbie for a long time, is that you're damn right you should be listening to people that know what they're doing and have businesses that are making millions of dollars. That's not a bad idea. And then they want to share that knowledge with you.
Yeah.
But two things you had said. One is we got to do something with leadership on this Facebook Live, because I don't know that I've ever done that, and that's so that's everything. That's everything. If they don't know where you want to go, you're never going to get there. And that's not easy to explain and illustrate to people and train them on that. But the other thing is, everything I hear from you, Jamie, is you putting your ego aside and saying, yeah, I'm $1 million company and I'm a coach, but I'm still reaching out to learn more, to get to that next level. And I think that can be a scary thing for some people to do. And it hasn't seemed to be that way for you, but I know it was for me, because I was a know-it-all early in the game. Can you talk a little bit more about that maybe, and why don't people reach out when it seems so easy to do?
Sure. It's a fear, right, of being vulnerable. So it's a very uncomfortable place as an entrepreneur to be in a vulnerable place. And I have not always been like that. I was okay with sharing my vulnerability with Debbie one-on-one when I started my business, but I don't know that I would have been as vulnerable in an open Facebook group.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally, but I have had a lot of growth and self-development. And I really feel like the CBF community now, in that we really promote being vulnerable and talking about your challenges and how can we help you. And that wasn't really around 11 years ago when I was, maybe if I had that, maybe I would have been a little bit more open and a little bit more vulnerable. So I understand what you're saying when you said that you were like that. So yeah, I think that sometimes it is difficult for business owners to not feel so much like they're competing, but that they're in a community with others that are like them, that maybe don't all have the exact same challenges, but can sympathize and empathize with where you're at and support you and say, hey, you know what? You've got this. You are having this struggle. Some people on CBF will post, and it's a private Facebook group for all of our members. But someone might post about something that happened with an employee or something they're struggling with. And it's really amazing to see other CBF members that maybe are even going through their own struggles. And they're like, hey, you got this. You can do this. So I think having that support is helpful, but you really have to get to a place where you say, I was talking to Debbie actually yesterday on the phone, and we were talking about coaching, and this really stayed with me, which is, I would much rather have someone be a millionaire business owner and have a bruised ego, right?
Yeah,
right, than be poor. Right. So I think that, there has to be a level of humility in being a successful business owner. Not to say that every successful business owner is humble, because we all know that that's not true.
Right.
Hey, what's up, business nerd? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a heck of a lot watching that episode. Do me a favor, subscribe right down here. And if you really like what you saw, you got more goods right here. Check out this one. Or check out this one and do this. Go subscribe. Appreciate you. Work smarter, work harder, go earn yourself some pride. Catch you on the next one.